Hello, everybody. Hi. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with all 6 of our primordial elemental heroes. The welcoming party of Zajar. We're here with New Moon. Everybody, take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Hello. Welcome. So, for those that for those that have no idea what this is a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Having 5 parties living, existing, and breathing in the same homebrew world. I have paint on my hand. Sorry. In the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. So, if this is your first, second, or third time watching, welcome. What's up? Enjoy. Before we jump into the session tonight, some announcements. First and foremost, this week is a little bit of a roller coaster for me and for some other people that are on the channel. So I will be, we will not have a session tomorrow or Thursday. I will be out of town Thursday. I will let you guys know when the Mongoose crew is jumping back in. There's a possibility next week, but we'll have to kind of play it by ear. Along with that, obviously, the one-shot sort of idea that we kind of started last week, we had to kind of take a little bit of a break, break on that. We'll probably jump back into it next week. That is the plan, but everything is still a little up in the air. A lot of busy, crazy stuff in personal world right now. So once I catch up on that, I will let you know. But in the meantime, if you want to kind of make sure that you're clued in on the future stuff that kind of comes in and out for our one shots, if there's openings on any sort of campaigns that we have, this is the place to go to. So startplaying.games/GM/it's a long story. Please feel free to jump in. And like I said, there's no open spots right now, but feel free to just message me just saying like, hey, just interested in possibly jumping in on a one shot that we would have. And I will make sure I put you on that list. Also, I am strictly not allowed to say too much, but there is something very exciting coming up that I am involved in, involving Start Playing and another game that just recently got pushed into the limelight that we may be participating in very soon. So that is all I can tell you right now. So stay on the lookout for that. I will give you more details specifically on May 6th. So there you go. I believe. And then also, if you're wanting to support the channel, the best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. Also, this is a live stream, so feel free to jump in and say hi. I will try my best to say hi back, or at least kind of give you a wave. And if it's super silly or super clever, I might show up at the bottom of the screen. So feel free to just say hi and be friendly. I promise we'll be friendly back. Also, you can check out our Instagram and TikTok down below at itsalongsstory_TTRPG, where you can see some of our favorite moments over the past couple of years, curated by the lovely Kay, right down here. Thank you, Kay, as always. And I believe that is it as far as announcements go. So before we jump into tonight's session, oh my gosh, guys, there's so much paint on me. Unbelievable.
Is the paint you're talking about is that like an Easter egg for whatever's happening on the 6th?
No, I can tell you that like
Joe, is the 6th your art show? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Do you have an art show?
My art show? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I painted all of you guys from from my dreams.
Yeah.
Upside down. I was upside down. The paint was right side up. Yep, that's it.
Amazing.
End
Very
of joke.
Good.
Yeah. So before we begin tonight's session, we need to get a recap of where we left off with the good old party. So Nathan, please take it away, sir.
Last time, Umu. The gang went shopping for clothes. After leaving Escher's forge and being led by Ashar to the trading post, as it were, the gang noticed that the entrance was a wall of fog, and as they entered in, they saw nothing but fog in as far as they could look in any direction. But they were greeted by a being of fog that kindly attempted to enter their minds to find out what they wanted. And in exchange for something, it took the form of the tailors that they had met from their life. Titian. It took a turn of the head from Titian, the space between two words from Ianthe, a single shiver from Adeem, a sigh from Grian, a blink from Adah, and the snap of fingers from Jet. Once, and only once, it was not a fake hearse. It was simply just something you won't get back that you won't mind. And everyone was adorned in the clothing of their choice. Dresses. Titian finally got a shirt, made it sleeveless. Brian got some armor, put the sun on it. Jet got some wrist pads. Adeem looks like the the people from is it the Sunken City or the Sunken Palace? I don't remember which one it is. I wrote down Palace, but it could be City.
It was the Drowned Empire.
Okay. Then I was completely wrong on both accounts, and I apologize.
Okay.
And then the party decided to split up. Adeem and Ianthe went to go speak to their father, and they brought Ishar with them, who was flirting with Ianthe the entire time. Even Jet noticed it and pointed it out to everybody. Whilst the rest of the gang went to the spire, to the bottom floor, which they had Orzai and a group of other are they called Zajarans? What do we call the people of Zajar?
I like that.
A group of Zajarans turning it into a bar. Because, the party talked about having drinks. So, Orzai was invited to drink with them, and Titian, Grian, Jet, Adah, and Orzai sat around having some drinks, talking about their past, Adah's past, and Grian managed to scry on Prisha. We now know she's alive. A little worse for wear, but we know she's alive. And then Adah left to follow her compass. After which Orzai informed them that she doesn't belong here, and that someone else was supposed to be here instead. Meanwhile, Adeem and Ianthe met with their father, who wanted to speak to them alone and did not allow Ishar to join, and was kind of trying to think of a nicer way to put this than I wrote. Kind of just being a negative Nancy about things in Zajar, and told them that if they continued with Zajar, the world would end. And I believe that's where we left off last session. Did I miss anything, anybody?
Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, Nathan. Anything to include, friends?
I maybe said if we continue with Zajar, specifically like that we shouldn't put as much trust in the primordials, if I remember correctly, right?
I think he said if the rods got brought together, the world would end. I'm pretty sure that's what he was saying. I think that was the cliffhanger, but I could be wrong too. It was something along those lines.
So yeah, I will say specifically what was said, if I'm recalling correctly, was that if you show love to the material world as I do, you will not bring the rods together. Yeah, cool. Anything else? Okay, cool. I think I am just about ready here. You guys want to play some D&D?
Definitely.
Yep.
Yes, please.
Great. Awesome. Let's do it. Okay. We come back in to an area, a world defined by a content of blue, green, bits of purple, dark gray stone. Flowing lights that seem to move as if waves. The design of the Drowned Empire stacking high, reaching forever up into a place that is both above water and seemingly somewhat underneath it. Let me change this. I don't like that. Sorry, music's throwing me off. As we move further past the gates of the Drowned Empire, a dazzling city that puts any and all former views of royalty or connections to what would be befitting to the word of magnificent is humbled. We push past the gates, flowing in between figures of some sort of aquatic simulation, having some figures that seem humanoid but showing scales like fish, having fins, tails, others just representing some sort of blob or culmination of water pushing through, others very clearly showing as figures that we have seen before. Figures very familiar. The Marids. We push through past this large sort of fountain of this towering statue structure, but before we're able to even get a closer look on it, we push past to a large wall, glittering under the sort of darker stone, giving some sort of brass twinkling as we go forth down into what looks to be stairs to follow into a very dimly lit room. In this room, we see three figures. We see Ianthe, we see Adeem, and we see Ashar. In the conversation that had started and taking place, you guys are just hearing the response of the last thing that was mentioned during the recap. The idea that if you love the material plane, the world of Estera, you won't bring the rots together. Anybody, either of you would like to give me an insight check? You certainly can.
Oh, you got it.
I'll try.
My warm-up rolls were really bad, so I'm a little nervous for tonight.
Oh, Adeem is in full effect. 8.
Great. I need to check. Insight 19.
19. Looking at this figure who claims and is most likely, by all accounts, your biological father, a 19 is enough to recognize that a couple things. One, the gravity of the personal parts of this conversation, or the difficulties of it, is not unknown to him, but it seems to be second nature, or well, second in importance to what this is.
I don't know. Freudian slip there, Joe.
Well, yeah, I mean, it might be second in nature, but yeah, second in importance to the idea of what is going on, which I think gives you a couple things. One, that's how serious and important this is, and I would say, with the 19, there's enough of a piece of this that seems like that there might be some minor convenience to this being the introductory conversation you guys have. Adeem, I think you are just riddled with emotion at this point.
Yeah, I'm seething, confusion, anger, happiness, comfort, inside my head. So yes.
Beautiful. So I'll say in that statement is left hanging in the air just for a moment. If there's anything you guys would like to say in response, you have the scene.
May I ask something before Ianthe says anything, just to clarify something?
Sure.
Based both on what I remember from the end of last meeting and the image that was from last meeting, he's mostly talking to Ianthe, and I'm kind of on this. I mean, I'm not far away; I'm there, but he's mostly speaking to Ianthe, and I'm kind of on the side.
With your 8, I would say that might feel accurate.
Okay, that's all I need to know. So I have nothing to say yet.
I mean, for what it's worth, I definitely would have tried to stay close to you. I wouldn't have, like...
I don't think I'm like far off.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have excluded you.
I'd say the image is probably more like
distance. I think Adeem feels like even if we're all within touching of each other, an arm's length, Ashar is facing Ianthe, and I'm on the side going, all right.
I would say I'll just be honest with you. I will tell Jack, probably not. But for Adeem to recognize that would not be surprising.
Right.
Or for yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Cool. Okay.
Cool. Would you care to elaborate on that?
Before I do, it's very important that you understand that no one of my world, and I would say none other than the very trusted in yours, should know we had this conversation. It is a dream not only of Zajar, but of each plane to welcome the return of the Ancient Ones. The beginning of my understanding of how the world, your world, would turn out. At first I was conflicted. But there is no doubt the concept of what would happen is either willfully ignored or left ignorant. What happened in the beginning of Estera was not misunderstanding, miscommunication, it was war. There are reasons why our planes are separated. There is comfort, solace, and ultimately a very big passion of mine to connect those pieces when and where they can be connected. Zajar is the pinnacle of that representation. Those that you would free I believe they would not see past their own wants, desires, choices.
So they would create a war amongst themselves, or a war against the rest of the world?
The past would undoubtedly repeat itself, but with much more fervor, fire, if you'll forgive the term, as the Ancient Ones will undoubtedly feel that time has been unforgiving to them and try to make up for it.
Are they allies or enemies?
I would equate them, and I think at this, he does look at you, Adeem, you see this? I would equate them similar to family.
So a little bit of both.
Yes. They each want a version of your world for themselves, not to share. But to bask.
And those that we've spoken to in the city either don't understand their intentions or don't care of what will be lost in the crossfire.
Some possibly more than most, but ultimately, yes. There are differences in the ancient texts of understanding our mother. She is interested in a word: equality. I recognize the positives in that statement, but I would say a world without seas, or a world with nothing but seas, can have no islands. Eventually all would flow together, whether they wanted to or not.
If we wanted to if they were released, could they be recaptured?
The texts are not very clear how they were able to do that the first time, and that was without their knowledge of understanding that that was a possibility. I will never have complete I could never doubt the humanity. Humans and those of the like are able to move past their means to incredible feats, both terrifying and both destructive and constructive. But I doubt it.
What would happen if we wanted to release just one?
I believe that one would try to take over unfettered.
Do you think maybe it could be moved to a new host?
Daughter, if you're asking my opinion on what should happen, I believe it already has, and the best course of action is to find a way to keep that level maintained. There are enough evils in this world without their release.
I'm asking because the life of someone I care about very dearly depends on one rod being released. I don't want to unleash it, but I won't leave her to die.
You see him give a small smile at this. I understand. I know not the means of how this one is connected or trapped within. I imagine that is up to the court of the Fae. I can only warn you and tell you that there are those that are assuming you are the seventh trumpet, the harbingers of a changed world, a world that I would like to believe you want kept safe.
Well, there are people in it that I would like to keep safe, so yes.
Adeem, what say you on this?
Thanks for the quest.
It's not a quest. It's a choice. A choice that I do leave to you, though. I just wanted to make sure that you knew what was at stake in making it.
So either one person we care about dies, or the world ends. Great.
I know not if it is that simple. I just know that in Zajar there will be, truthfully, an entire city as I mentioned, they may not know what would happen, what would be at stake, either because they choose not to know, or because they're ignorant of the world outside and the means of their elder creators. When you go back, I urge you to tread carefully and to be careful on whom you put your trust. Ianthe, your mind immediately darts to who's waiting for you at the gates.
Mm-hmm.
If we brought a rod to Zajar, even contained, am I safe to assume that it would not be a safe place to keep?
As far as I know, a single rod will not. The others need to be together to break at least one of them free. That is what I understand. But from my contacts in the material world, the window of opportunity is quickly closing. There are others who are at least aware and possibly also on the hunt.
That is true.
It is also possible that they unlikely know what I know.
I'm not sure anyone fully understands. I mean, it's obvious, but also not obvious. They'll cause destruction. That's what they are. My head hurts.
The confusion of all this was imperative at the time. It's why everything was disbanded, broken, misplaced. Having those of us that were around in the beginning to put their trust in something, in a place as untrustworthy as the Fae, should give you an idea of the desperation of not knowing who to trust. It's a strange thing knowing that, at least with the Fae, you trust that they would be untrustworthy.
It's nice to rely on them for something, I suppose.
Yes. I have spoken with High Speaker Nazia before. I am sure that they will be speaking with you about this very shortly. If
We've
they have
already
not
spoken.
already.
We've already spoken with the High Speaker.
I see.
They've requested exactly what you think they have.
Then you must move quickly. And carefully.
If we need help, Will you be around to help us?
I will. It is difficult in my position. My job is in direct conflict with my desires to see the plane intact. Yeah, I think with your 19, you definitely feel like there's definitely a level of like,
Right.
I don't know.
Got it.
I would say
Why did I
it would
bother
make
asking?
sense. Yeah, it would make sense for Ianthe to feel like convenient, like that sort of thing.
Yep. That's exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Don't know why I bothered asking.
Even without rolling, that's how
With
it
an
is.
8.
Adeem's like, uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I can try to be eyes and ears on this side, but officially, no, I can't.
I don't know why I would have expected any different.
I understand your feelings in that, but Ianthe, trust me, it is not, or it might be as complicated as it would seem. My position is more than just a occupation. But I respect your point of view.
Anything else? Or may we go?
Do I have my dice cam up? Yeah. Okay. I do wish that we had met under better circumstances. I cannot imagine that the past years have been easy. All I can tell you is for what it's worth, I'm very, very happy to see you. Both of you.
I'm sorry, I can't say the same. Please excuse me, Father. And I'm gonna leave.
When Adeem doesn't move when she's leaving, what is his reaction? Because he just stands dead still.
There is... Give me another insight check.
Okay. See how that goes. Ooh, 7. I went down by 1.
Good grief.
Okay.
It's a wisdom check for Adeem. Come on, what do we expect?
Okay. Yeah, with a 7, you see him. I'm gonna say with a 7, there's enough of a understanding. I think there's a little, man. I do think there's a little bit of like a recognizing a strange little tiny piece of yourself, Adeem, in a flurry of. There's like the hint of real emotion,
and
then this full defensive wall that kind of comes up as he was aware that that choice was a possibility.
All right. Before Ianthe's out of earshot, I don't know that she'll care, but Adeem lays his hand on the, I guess, sarcophagus from your description that's in the room, and I assume that our father is somewhat torn between the two of us, like where to look. So I draw his attention back to me, and I put my hand on the sarcophagus, and I say, "Who's this?" And make sure that Ianthe could hear that to see if she stops. If she doesn't, I'm not trying to stop her, but I just put my hand. Yeah. Who's this? And Joe, I realize I'm going to be asking a whole bunch of questions that Joe may not have the answer to. You can just say, Ashar tells me, or do something saying like,
a little prep on this.
Okay, I'm not trying to dig at Joe. I'm trying to get something out of the show. So you can give me ephemeral answers that Ashar, you can say they're very solid from Ashar, but I'm just saying blah.
Yeah. You hear him say that he would have been my equivalent of an uncle, Jafar.
All right. And I look around, is his the only sarcophagus here?
No, there's a lot more.
Okay, so I just walk away so that if he's talking to me, he has to turn his back to Ianthe.
Okay.
And I go to another sarcophagus, and I said, and this one?
Okay. I'm going to just give a possible chance here. Ianthe, you did hear that first part. Does that change your gait, your movement, anything?
Yeah. I will stop. I'm not going to turn around fully. So I'm doing that where you're like, your back is turned, but you're like looking over your shoulder because you're like listening, but you don't want to fully show your face.
Okay. Would you say that you're still, because I would say like the steps kind of like lead upwards here, so there's a possibility that you just kind of like stop halfway on the steps to where you seem like you're not there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, actually.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to say it's disadvantage.
I don't suppose. Oh man. I don't suppose the moon would come into play here.
No, definitely not. But he has disadvantage, I will tell you that.
Do I have a disadvantage?
Ooh, you do not.
Oh, I don't. And I got a 15.
Should I roll? Not that it matters.
Yes, you should.
What am I rolling?
This would be perception. This would be just normal Adeem perception. You would not have disadvantage on this. I would say he has disadvantage based on the emotional blow you just gave him.
Yeah, 23.
Yeah, you're aware Ianthe's there.
Okay. I can't believe I rolled that high.
He rolled a 4 on the die, so it is unlikely that he heard you, that he knows that you're there.
You can just hear Ianthe's angry breathing.
Actually, I'll read it this way. Since Adeem has that blind sight and we're underwater, I can feel that she stopped.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There you go.
Yep.
So yeah, another one. And this one?
Saratha, your, I guess would be your Your great-grandmother.
No. And does time move differently here, or so have they been gone a long time on the prime material plane, or would it be the same amount of time?
It is comparable. There are ways for others to live for as long as they need to, but in most cases in their forms of life, they were ready and willing.
And so they're buried here because this is a family region? I don't know what you would call it here. I'm unfamiliar.
Yes. Sorry. Well, in the best way I could explain it is that, Adeem, you are descendants of royalty.
But we're not royal. We're just descended from royalty.
Well,
we're half royalty. And I kind of press that half a little bit.
You see him kind of staring at the, specifically not staring at you, but staring at the sarcophagus that you had your hand on. That's... the concept of blood in that way does not... it is not as black and white as it is where you're from.
So we are royalty.
That he looks up at you. Yes.
And that doorway we came through, passage, whatever it was. Does that open, close on its own? Is it always open? Do you have to open it?
No, it is always open.
Thank you. I walk out. I leave him wondering.
Okay. Adeem.
I'll stop and turn around, and he responds with a yes, sir. But it's questionable whether I'm saying sir as if he's my father, or sir as if he's my captain, or sir as if he's my king.
Okay. I think internalizing those. Be sure to look out for one another.
I have for as long as I've known her. And that was kind of a dig at him. Mm-hmm. That was very much a...
And perhaps in some ways you are. You're as much like me as I had hoped.
There is a low growl in Adeem's throat that he wasn't expecting when Ashar says that. But he doesn't say anything and just nods. Will that be all? Or did you have anything else you wanted to share with us? Or me?
I owe you a deeper conversation.
Adeem nods.
I shudder to think what would happen if that conversation would keep you from something very important.
Do you know something I don't?
I know that the clock is ticking, and I know that I don't know how much time you have.
Well, we all need to sleep. Yeah, I thought you'd smile at that one. I just sent him a DM, guys. That's why I thought. Well, so I say, well, we all need to sleep, and I kind of think about the elementals we've just met, or the primordials, I'm not sure what to call them. I say, well, at least some of us do. I don't know. It seems that you speak to me if I am being gracious when you are able to. So I suppose the ball is in your court for that deeper conversation since I'm here.
Yeah, there it is. Adeem, there were things that were going on that are outside your current space of understanding. I recognize and understand that you and most likely your sister are upset. Sorry, Joe's shuddering at saying that.
That's okay.
I know that there are people under me that would deign never to do anything but to follow my orders, so I apologize if it seems that I am not forthcoming in what some would deem to be things that I owe you. So I would rather not play games.
Adeem actually chuckles when he says he doesn't want to play games. He says, you don't want to play games. Well, I'm not sure what games you're talking about. You missed my playtime by about a good 10 years. I think Ianthe's by a little bit more. Games, dragging us to the elemental plane of water and giving us a quest, even though we're your children who've been looking for you. You clearly know more about your ancestry than you do your progeny, and there's clearly been a lot of it because you love the prime material so much. I'm surprised you know my name. So games? I am not here to play games, Father. Apparently I'm here to do your bidding and save the world. I thought I was coming here for something else. But by your leave.
You know the biggest difference between this plane and the one that we are trying to save is that most people here are able to look beyond themselves.
I give him the most intense look, thinking of what I've been through since I met New Moon. I walk very close to him. Definitely within touching distance. I'm not going to strike him, but definitely within touching distance, but not like right here.
Yeah, I think as soon as you get that close, you get
not
this.
Here. Not here, but I'm close.
Yeah, you get a realm of like this strange sort of level of. You get a twinge of like comfort in him in the idea of like this I could handle.
Okay.
Assuming that's coming.
Yeah, as I get closer, my tattoos start to glow, and it's not because I'm trying to make them. I'm just angry. And after he says, I basically just say, "You don't know me well enough to say that, and that's your fault." And I turn around and I will leave.
Stands there.
And I need to say something to a couple people before I leave the plane. But
sure.
When that happens, I just want to let you know that I don't appear back in the jar. I needed to talk to roleplay with a couple people. But that doesn't have to happen now because we've taken a lot of time. So before I leave, I do need to talk to people.
Yeah. Ianthe, are you on the stairs?
No. No. As Adeem made his way towards the stairs, I left.
Okay. All right. I will pause you guys there.
Uh-huh.
I love you guys.
I love you too.
Meanwhile. Yeah. Meanwhile. Adah. You step outside.
Yeah.
As you step outside, you notice there is... give me a... We're kind of rejoining into the session. I'm going to say, Adah, as you step outside, what is on your mind?
I think the thing on Adah's mind is how uncomfortable she is talking about herself. And how this feels like a lot. Being thrown into this, all of this, and that something feels wrong about it all.
Okay. Roll me a d20, please.
13.
Okay. I told you.
Yeah. You did.
I have to admit, I am slightly confused. I do not fault you for it, but it is strange for someone like me. Help me to understand. Given what you want, what you desire the most, why do you falter?
They're kind. They've been welcoming. Mistrusting, but I think that's relatively normal.
You've been on this plane a long time, Ada. There were kind people that joined your husband into the forest. There were kind people that watched him leave. And there were kind people that gave the order. You saw even Titian himself. I know that it is something you deeply desire, but answer me this. What is the difference between Leonin ending the lives of so many others and one giving the order to walk towards their death?
One feels the blood on their hands, the other is a coward.
Ultimately, for the wives and the children, for those who are going to hear what has happened, does it matter?
No. Probably not.
Is there even a part of you that wonders why your husband was ordered to go into the forest? Do you think it's worth knowing?
Of course it's worth knowing.
Why?
Because no other reason makes sense. I have to know.
Ah. Because if you knew, you would know why he died, and that makes your existence more livable.
It gives me something new to be angry about.
Ultimately, falling into the same fate. But I offer a chance, a sliver. We have not known each other long, but have any of the others offered you a possibility of being able to hold your husband again?
No, they have not.
But they are kind.
What do I need to do?
We'll pause you there. Meanwhile, the rest of New Moon hanging out with Orzai in this currently middle of renovation bar. You guys just recently found out that Prisha is indeed alive. And dealing with the last thing that was mentioned was the idea of Orzai saying that Prisha is the one that is supposed to be here and Adah is not. So we'll take it from there. The scene is yours.
So I mean, we're getting Prisha, then that's gonna be happening, right? That's on the list of things to do now. Prisha made the list.
I mean, we'd have to find out where she is. She's in a hole in the ground somewhere. She could be anywhere.
Oh my god, there's so many holes. Okay.
Just don't know which one to pick. Such a hard choice all the time.
Jet, what do you know about holes?
I know a lot about. Brian, you have the key, right?
I do, yeah.
Can't you just take us there? You've seen it, you know where it's at, right? Isn't that how it works?
Kind of. I think as long as we're on the same plane, we can do it.
Okay.
But if she's not.
I mean, is there a way we can tell if she's on the same plane or not, or?
Can I, and I'll roll a history check if I need to, can I see if she had, and he knows where I'm going with this, my feather on her, or if it was missing?
Walk me through how you'd be able to do that.
Because I was able to, because I scried on her, and I could see her, and she keeps it in her hair, typically. Obviously.
Okay. I will tell you did not see it in her hair.
Okay. So I'm just going to throw this idea out there. She didn't have my feather where she normally keeps it, which means if she dropped it somewhere, we might be able to get a better idea of where she might be.
Well, I'm kind of tapped for today. I kind of put everything into helping you, so I don't know what all else I can really do for that. But I
mean, if she's somewhere she can't, if she's stuck somewhere, the feather might not be, so it might not be as hard. I mean, I can try. When the worst things that happens, I take a nap and we try again.
I mean, are you gonna like scry on your feathers? Is that what you're gonna do, or?
I mean, I would try.
Okay. And you said you need to take a nap before you can do that?
No, I can. If I have to do it again, I will. But I can try this time.
All right. Maybe we do that and then go track down and see where Adah is, because our little lava man over here keeps saying "damn her," and that's just, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially because I can't understand anything, because you guys are the ones. Yeah, I'm just sitting here listening to you guys talk. So, on the outside looking in, one would say, just a girl standing in front of a boy.
Who did understand what he said? So that
everyone but me. Ed had tongues on, and Tishin has the
I think I have the
translation tone. I think Adah had comprehend languages.
Brian can understand. Damn.
Yeah. It's definitely one-sided in conversation.
But he explained himself to someone. So who did he explain himself to?
It just of the party, it was not Green. He is on the outside of this conversation.
I'm comfortable saying Tishin has the rock right now. And he would have explained to Grian what is happening, giving him a
We'll say you do
download.
that right now then, because
We
otherwise
do
I don't
that
think
right
Grian would
now,
say what
and
he
I'm
says.
even going to do one better. I'm going to say, Grian, you now have the rock, the stone of translation.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's definitely a weird situation. But yeah, I mean, I can give this a go, and we can find Adah and see what we need to do.
So giving that knowledge, that doesn't change your thought process at all?
Finding Adah first.
No. So Tishian explained to you everything that Orzai just said.
Mm-hmm.
So in response to that,
I would still like to find Prisha because we have no idea where she is.
okay, you go.
I'm just gonna to cut down on the time because I know what you're saying. How long does scrying take, Brandon?
10 minutes, something like that.
Oh, it takes 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I can stay here if you guys want to track her down.
Sure. Well, I don't want to split the party like that. Why don't we scry later on and go find Adah now? I'm saying that because I can cast locate object right now, and maybe they're still within range, and we can go to them. But if we wait 10 minutes, that chance is gonna be lost.
Sure.
But yeah, let's go. I can't do anything, so we'll have to find somewhere else to sleep tonight.
That makes sense. I mean, we could try that apartment.
That sounds
they were
fun.
talking about. Yeah.
I've never had somebody else give me a bed.
What about at the party? Did that not?
Well,
yeah, that's not true,
She
Jet.
sat on it. It broke it. I didn't have a bed. I gave mine up to Ianthe. Actually, I think mine was the only one left, and I gave it to Ianthe because she wanted one.
I mean, you were gone for like.
That doesn't mean you weren't
minutes?
offered it. No, the DM's not here. Never mind.
I'm gonna cast locate object on Adah's compass.
Okay, you got it. You cast locate object on Adah's compass. So go ahead and spend that second level spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
You did not get anything.
Oh, so it's not within 1,000 feet. They are not within 1,000 feet of us.
It's also a potentially powerful magical object.
Well, it's either that or I guess it's
the pauldron. You know the pauldron?
Under lead or something of that ilk. I mean, I can try it again, trying to focus on something else of Adah's, I reckon, if we want to do that. How much time has passed, Joe? I guess that's the question I have.
Since
Adah left us. Because in my mind it was like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I would say it's about 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay. So I don't believe 1,000 feet is not a math guy, but trying to figure it, like, I feel like that's not a distance you could cover in 5 minutes unless you were really trying to, and I don't feel like Adah's on a full sprint. So
is Matt talking to the DM or is Tishian talking?
I'm trying to figure if you're saying the spell didn't work because like they're outside of distance.
I'm telling you what I told you.
Darn it, Joe. This is nonsense, and this I will not have it. Okay. I'll burn another second level spell slot and focus on something that's not magical of Adah's. I believe the knife that they had.
She's also got her husband's pauldron.
That's true. I'll focus on her husband's crappy pauldron. That's what I'm going to focus on.
Okay. Cool. Awesome.
Sorry, that was really harsh.
Tishian, roll me an initiative roll. Adah, also roll me an initiative roll.
Okay.
I have a +7 to initiative. Tell me how I rolled a 15
Total?
total.
All right.
Dirty 20. What?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ada lights up. She seems to be on the move.
All right. Green Jet, let's go. Orzai, stay. Don't know why I'm ordering him like a dog, but stay. Let's go. And then I will lead Jet and Grian through the city, beelining for Ada.
Okay, you got it.
I would say probably not at like a full sprint, because I will probably, depending on how far Ada is, will maybe stop and like try to like observe them. So like, try to approach more stealthily and tactfully.
Okay. Got it. Please hold. I will say that Orzai, as you go outside, Orzai follows you out here. He has no desire to be at this place. It's you're not. I would say for Titian's sake, you're not entirely sure if it's a like you can't tell me what to do, or he just doesn't want to be there.
I just don't have the right kind of treats right now for Genasi. No.
Oh, I love it. Titian's on one. I like it. Cool. Awesome. Ada, give me an athletics check. Can't hear you.
14.
14. Okay, cool. 14, Titian, your locate object, as soon as you go outside, at this point, you recognize that Ada is moving extremely fast.
Okay, that's troubling. Let me check one thing real quick, Joe. Because you also gave me that. Fuck.
You'll also know that it is northeast of your location.
Okay. All right, y'all. She is traveling. Do I get a sense of like how fast, like in terms of walking speed on the character sheet? Like 35
extremely
feet?
Fast is what I'm telling you. Faster than walking for sure.
Okay, so like double, like they're dashing. In other words.
You're asking me specifics I can't give you. They're moving extremely fast.
Okay. I'm just trying to make strategic plays here, Jared. I'm trying to get
I promise you I'm giving you the information that I can.
Okay. Oh, boys. All right. She is moving super, super fast. Grian, how fast can y'all move right now? Are y'all...
I mean, no faster than normal.
I mean,
all right.
We could fly and go around stuff. Over instead of, around like alleyways, but...
Okay.
Still no faster than normal.
All right. I'm still a little down myself.
I'm going to say that's 6 seconds. That's a round.
Okay,
that's a whole conversation.
Okay, Mister, she's going super fast. This round is going super fast too. All right, y'all fly up.
That's a full conversation. Okay, to be clear, a round is 6 seconds.
I get it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all fly up and try to flank, and I'm going to give them a general idea of the direction that she's going. And then I'm going to cast Find Steed and jump on Barb's back and start heading that direction, just dashing the whole way to her.
I dig it. Tisha, give me a survival check.
Oh boy. 12.
Okay, cool. With a 12, you know that she's going into the center of town. The reality is that the idea of like she's heading that direction. The reality is pretty much everything that you've kind of experienced so far is in that direction. So it is kind of difficult to be able to say exactly where she's headed. But you know the direction enough to be able to kind of guide everyone in going where you want to go.
So just pulling tactics out, sort of just trying to communicate to Grian and Jet through that, and then on the fly developing a plan so that we don't lose track of Adah so fast.
Yeah, I'm going to say using Find Steed and using... so who's flying? Is it both Grian and Jet?
I don't want to speak for them. I can take one of you probably on Barb as well.
I can fly. It's not a huge deal.
Okay, cool. I think Green and Jet flying definitely kind of cuts down on some of the movement there. You do not lose track of Adah. But I would say, given what I know on my side, I would not say you really catch up either. But you don't lose, and that's kind of the big thing there. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to bring it back to Adah, actually. Adah, you are skidding to a halt in front of a in front of the giant floating device in the center of the city. The fissure heart. You see around it there is this same sort of strange being that seems to be doing sort of like a slow sort of movement as if kind of guarding around the heart itself. The area that you're at, there's enough walls and pieces of protection here to be able to give yourself basically like a back to put yourself up against. But as you see this figure in the air, you see this like kind of strange sort of reddish lightning kind of coming off of them and scattering throughout the rocky terrain of this heart. What would you like to do?
Is there anyone nearby?
Besides the figure that is floating in the air? No.
Yeah. Yeah, besides them.
No.
Okay. I think Adah... I don't think she has... I think that she... How tall are these walls that, like, she can press her back to?
I would say they're kind of like these weird sort of like shattered remnants of what the like this is the center sort of area of town. So this is actually kind of like the shattered remnants of what the fissure heart itself is, possibly the leftover sort of like center of whatever these living light took to be able to kind of come down. This is kind of like the leftover sort of shell. So I'd say the towering sort of pieces are actually probably just natural sort of rock formations that kind of like jutted out and happened as this kind of meteor kind of like crash landed into here. So I would say they're about I'd say they're like the closest one towards you is about 20 feet tall.
Okay. I think Adah is going to use some of her climbing speed to kind of climb up it, if
Okay.
possible.
Yep.
And like kind of seat herself on the top ledge so that she can observe the Fisher Heart and kind of see what the floating creature, person, thing is doing, and see if she can maybe understand like what the lightning coming out of it is doing.
Okay. You got it. Yeah, give me a nature check.
Come on, not an 8, not an 8. Okay, 17.
Okay. 17 is enough to it is enough to be able to recognize that it is probably you see the kind of like these strange sort of bolts of lightning is the word I'm looking for. These arcs seems to kind of like move across, like kind of like scatter across the like the hardened stone of this strange the Fisher Heart. I'm trying to think of words. And with a 17, you get the idea this is probably more of what naturally seems to kind of come out of this creature. That is not really probably doing anything to the heart itself.
And the heart, it looks like this picture. It's like cracked and there's like lava. Is lava dripping off of it, like down into like the center of this formation?
No. And I would say, actually, I'd say with the 17, you don't think it's lava. It certainly looks like it. But given the idea of like the sort of this strange sort of you saw it in the daytime too, and it was the exact opposite coloration of this. It was white and blue, and it looked very similar in sort of the veins that have like the inner structure in there. It definitely gives the idea of like a fire or sort of like magma sort of thing. But I'd say with the 17 nature check, you think it's probably not actual magma. I'll say feel free to give me an Arcana check, actually.
22.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. One second. No, it's not white. There you are. Okay. Matt, check your Discord. With a 22, 22 is enough to be able to surmise that there is a heavy sort of strange. It's not magic in the sense of the like arcana sort of like connection to ley lines, flow, like anything that like of what you've even like been able to study. You feel that it is okay. You feel that it is more like it's an unknown. 22 is enough to know that it is unknown, and it gives sort of sense of maybe some sort of like almost planar style magic.
How high up is the Fissure Heart?
I believe you said it was about 80 to 100 feet, somewhere in there.
Darn. Okay. So what am I even looking for?
You hear the voice. Never be too afraid to ask. You are one of the heroes.
Oh. Right. Okay, I think she's gonna slide down the wall again and go find somebody.
You see a person. There's a person
Oh.
80 feet up from you.
Oh, that. Great. She's just gonna wave at it.
Okay, you're just going to wave at it? Okay.
Like, kind of like, come here.
Are you saying come here, or are you just waving at it?
Well, she doesn't speak the language. She just understands it.
Right.
So, yeah.
So what are you doing?
Yeah. She's just, come here.
So you're yelling, come here. Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Great. As you gesture for this figure, I would like you to roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Persuasion. Well, 15.
Yeah, 15's good. Cool. You see this figure come closer. The lightning itself kind of pushing off of it. You can see the strange sort of humanoid structure of it is only from the top up. You see this like kind of strange, heavy sort of tendons connecting, and this face that does not seem to have a mouth. You're not entirely sure if it is the same creature as what you had seen in the daytime, or if they switch and shifts. You're not entirely sure. There's a moment of feeling like this sort of like foolishness as this creature kind of approaches you, and you hear this kind of like deep sort of rumble. And then Ada, you realize there's some sort of thing that seems to kind of like unlock in your head. Give me an insight check on yourself.
She was muted, but 20.
No, 3.
Oh, 3? Shit.
Why did you think 20? What happened?
It looked like you mouthed 20, but...
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, the 3, you're not entirely sure what's going on and all, but all of a sudden you hear this creature. Yes. And you realize the end of that sentence, you could actually hear what he was saying.
Oh. I had some questions about the fissure heart. Or more curiosity about it.
Yes.
Okay. What is it? What does it do?
It powers the city until time comes when there is no more need for it.
So it fuels the city?
Yes.
Oh. Is it why the magic feels weird here?
stories of understanding that which steps inside will unleash true potential.
There's an inside. Ah. What kind of potential?
You hear another voice in your head go, unfortunately we have company.
Oh,
Say goodbye.
goodbye. Thank you.
And seems to float back up. Titian. You heard all that. You didn't hear the responses, I would say, as you had given Grian the gem of translation. But you did hear the questions.
To reiterate, how was this powered? What is this? What is this for? That's what I heard more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I hidden in this moment, or I just want to make sure that he said we have company. Is he referring to me as the company?
No, that conversation you did not hear. That was in Ada's head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did hear Ada all of a sudden very quickly say goodbye.
Okay. I'm going to just stay back. I'm sort of picturing me and Barb.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah. Shit. 13.
13. Okay, cool. 13 against. Yeah. You see Grian flying high in the sky. And I will say for Ada, as you watch the creature move away, you spot Grian.
Oh, look, it's Sunboy. Hi.
Jet, you are also hidden at this moment.
Hey, where'd you ran off from everyone? Did we make you
Yes,
that
sir.
uncomfortable?
Perhaps I just wanted to see the city a little more.
I mean, I've always found it dangerous to go alone in places that we're unsure of. I mean, I don't know how safe this city is, to be honest, but it's never a good idea to just wander off by yourself.
I guess that's fair. I've been by myself for a long time. I am maybe just getting used to being in a group again. Thank you for your concern.
I mean, no problem. The last time one of us disappeared, we weren't able to find her, so I'm glad that we were able to find you in this giant city place.
Right. I've almost forgot about your friend. Sorry.
You hear a voice in your head. It may be worth reminding Grian that you are not her.
You know, I almost forgot about your friend, but it is... I am not her.
I mean, you don't have to be. We've had other friends. We've lost other friends in other ways for them going off by themselves, so it's just... I lost my parents because I wasn't with them, so... If you don't stick together, things can happen, so it's always a worry.
Well, if you do stick together, things can happen too. My husband was cannibalized.
Joe,
Well, that's fun.
don't want to interrupt here. I'm sorry. I just want to say, as this conversation is going, I want to do my best to get within 60 feet.
You're within 60 feet for sure.
Oh, within 60 feet, okay.
Yeah.
And then other reminder, do our walkie-talkies speak out loud, or do they operate telepathically?
I think we speak out loud into them, but it goes into our brain.
Yeah, it's message rules.
Okay. Then I want to whisper into my walkie-talkie and warn Grienne right now.
Okay.
Not like warn him, but I want to just sort of whisper into my walkie-talkie and go, Adah's... Watch yourself. Adah is not exactly acting like they're alone.
You are not aware of that, Tisha.
Well, I thought you said she was answering nobody. Like, I was getting her answers, but, like, I don't know. I wasn't getting, like, her...
In talking
Oh, no,
to
you
the-
saw... Yeah, he was talking to the
okay.
figure, yeah.
Okay. Just be, Adah's doing a lot of poking around. And it doesn't... Something seems off. Just watch yourself. I'm around, jump in if need be.
Tishan, go ahead and roll me a stealth check. I will give you advantage.
I mean, okay. I mean, I have a disadvantage from exhaustion, and dark and dim light gives me...
Whoops.
So yeah, straight roll.
Yeah, straight roll, so...
Bro, beat a nat 20 for me right now.
Should have rolled in the box.
It sure isn't a nat 20, it's a 16.
Okay.
Great.
After Tishian says that, he just hears, and I'm sorry in advance. Just hears like a thumping noise on the on the walkie-talkie as Jet's like on a building and doesn't exactly know how they work, so he just gets like real close and he goes, "It too, I think, or maybe I just saw her talking to the lightning car."
Okay. All right, cool. I will say, Adah, you do hear the voice in your head as you clearly hear Jet, maybe. You hear the voice in your head. They're aware that you're poking around. Wonder how they'll react to that. Will they be kind? And then you hear Jet, I think. If that's what I'm
He'd
picking
be,
up
like,
from Jet.
up on a roof, and he would try to whisper, but doesn't really know how it works. So he's like got his mouth, like his snout, like all the way around it, like teeth on the bottom of it. And on
Okay,
the top
how
of it.
far
She's a
away
cat,
are you?
y'all.
I mean, top of a roof. I don't know, 60 feet, maybe if that 70. However tall a roof is around here.
Okay, all right. I mean, yeah, it's up to you. I would say, like, if you're saying Jet is like just really not being very stealthy at all, it's. I mean, there is a level of like the gig is up, obviously above board. But I would say for now, I think it would make sense. Like if you're on the top of a roof of something, I don't think you're hearing this. Yeah.
I think Jet would just be kind of like perched up there. Well, I was saying he was replying to Tishian, and Tishian said that she's poking around. And he's like, "I got your back," but he's way up on a roof.
Okay. All right.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
like very much like he's trying to look like a gargoyle, just like standing on a corner of a roof, like with his mouth on his arm, trying to talk into a rock.
I love it. So Adah, I will say, so considering that, Adah, you are still not aware of Jet's presence. Although Green and Tishin are here, there's a good chance that Jet's not far behind.
I mean, as long as you don't try to eat me, I think it's good. I mean, I won't try to eat you. I mean, cannibalism is a ficky thing, right? I mean, I think they...
It is wild that you think that that is the appropriate response.
I'm just saying, just like you said, there's, you know, just because I'm trying to think of the way to phrase this, and I'll say that out loud in character.
Green just said,
Green-
in response to your husband being cannibalized, hey, well, you don't eat me, I won't eat you.
Brian, are you
Um,
thinking a little too hard? I feel like I see smoke coming out of your ears. Like it might be the fissure heart. It's a little
You-
warm, but like,
You were
are
saying
you
that this
okay?
is look. You were saying that situation, like one situation, does not necessarily equate the other, and I'm saying the same thing. Like, awful shit doesn't have to happen. We just stick together. That's what we do.
My apologies. I needed some air.
That's okay. Just let us know next time. Clearly, there's trauma with all of us, so
Clearly.
letting us know next time is probably better.
Right. Will do. Is the Inquisition over, or is everybody else going to come out and say something as well?
Am I not doing a good enough job in talking to you? Is that-
You're doing a fine job, son boy. I'm just wondering where everyone else is. You cannot have been the only person who cared enough to come look for me.
Upon hearing that, Tishian is gonna like stumble out, like trying to like make it seem like I've been looking for her stuff, like that I've not been hiding, stumbling.
Cool.
out.
Give me a
First of all-
performance check.
First of all, I love that as the one person that was like, she'll be fine. I'll stay
Yeah.
here.
Well, I mean, like, what's funny is Ada like brings up a very good point. Like, Rian just said, like, you shouldn't be wandering off alone. It's like, oh, okay, so you're not alone then.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you be?
Fuck. Nat one.
I mean, I'm sure
Okay.
they're around. I'm sure they're around here somewhere.
Matt, please give me your best Nat 1 impression.
It's just Barb. Just,
Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's great. And like I just like trip and fall on a trash can lid, and Barb steps on my lower back while also tripping and falling, and just goes. And like that's the sound of a was it a cassowary? Like they make a weird sound, and like in that way, Tishian also like lets out a little bit of a roar.
Beautiful.
And then farts. That's what happens.
I love that. I'm going to say, in light of the idea of like looking like, oh, I just happened to come out here. I will say the difference is that you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as the steed just does a dance on your back.
Yep. That's
I mean,
fair. That's fair.
at least I have
Jet-
a little bit more grace.
Jet couldn't hear anything except for when Tishian roared. So Jet grabs his spear and dive bombs off the roof, and then
Yep.
realizes that his wings stop working at this moment, and falls flat on his face right next to him.
Oh god.
I
Hey.
kind of feel like I would expect it from Jet, but Tishian,
hmm
you are a member of the Panthera Rougiette.
Used
No.
to be.
Is that
Yes, sorry.
I used to be. Yes, that's true.
Jet, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my
They-
fucking god.
Hey, that was a good joke, Jet. That was a real good joke. That joke was worth 11 points of damage.
Does not hurt my feelings in the
just-
slightest, thank you.
I just
Mhm.
are you guys okay?
Yeah. I missed trash can lid day at the roar. What's going on? How's it going?
It's fine. I needed some air after talking about, things I didn't want to talk about.
I mean, that's what you're doing out here?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking. Are you sure? Is that really what you're doing out here?
I get the feeling that you think I'm doing something wrong. Would you care to enlighten me as to what that might be?
Our buddy Orzai over there just kept saying that you don't belong here. He just kept saying that you're not supposed to be here. And so I'm
And
just.
you're going to Jesus. Fuck. All
I
right.
guess For me, it's just sort of trying to like, I don't know. I guess I'm just now thinking about it and just like, what were you doing? Like, it just feels like really quite a coincidence that we ran into you in the woods. I don't know. This feels. I'm not suspicious, but I just feel like you are avoiding.
It sounds like you're
sharing a lot.
fucking suspicious.
To be fair,
Well-
Tishian's suspicious about like everybody.
I
Yes,
was
that's
thrown.
not making me feel better.
Hey, I was thrown down an elevator shaft like 2 weeks ago. I'm owed being a little suspicious.
Oh, I'm so sorry that you had a trauma that had nothing to do with me.
Hey guys, can we stop? Like, Ada didn't do anything wrong, so we're fine, right?
I don't know. I mean, the last time I took a breath of fresh air, it wasn't near the giant power reactor of the city.
Maybe I like the pretty colors.
Of fire?
Yeah?
We are
It was
adventurers.
blue and white in the morning, and now it's black and red. Maybe I'm curious about it.
I'm just trying. You're the one that seems to have a lot of walls up right now. I'm just trying to get to. I'm just trying to figure things out.
I don't know you.
And yet, like you expect us to open up to you, and you're not sharing anything
No,
with
I
us.
certainly do not. Every piece of information that I know about you was absolutely voluntarily given, or shoved in a book in my face.
Hmm.
I mean, you did ask to know, and I just figured it would be a little easier.
I
if you
asked
just...
for context.
and I gave
As
you
to
all
why
of the context.
suddenly, thank you, Jet. I have asked for context about a war with a gods.
Mm-hmm. Sure. It just feels like asking, like we're splitting hairs here, right? Like asking for context is asking to know what's going on.
Yes, because suddenly I'm faced with the fact that there are. I kind of feel like asking for context in this situation with your group of friends is a little appropriate.
I mean,
Just
she
because
also...
I don't want to tell you about my trauma surrounding my husband and my sister does not mean that I'm doing anything wrong.
No one's asking you to tell us about your trauma. Just trying to figure out why your relationship to the people around here, because they certainly seem to know you somehow.
Well, the fuck should I know? I was in the forest just like you.
I think exactly. That forest was a hell of a place, and it seems like
What, do you
there's
think
still
you're the
stuff
only
coming
ones that
from
could
it.
survive it?
Do we think we're the only ones that could survive it? I don't think so. It's not a question about others. It's just a question about. We're just trying to figure out why Orzai is sort of pointing you out in that way.
How should I know?
Well, that's why we're asking. We're just trying to figure this out. But every time we try to ask anything, it feels like you give us the third degree. And it's something that, like, we're getting nowhere because we're hitting walls left and right with this. I could have beat around the bush, but I'm asking you straight up with respect instead of just trying to, like, go about it, like, all around. Hasamalian versus the Hasamalian, like, what is going on? But, I mean, if you don't want to share, if you want to accuse us of whatever else and continue to do that, that's on you. But I'm just trying to figure out a way for us to move forward here, Ada, because I think you're cool and I like you a lot, but, like, you know, it's just, I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure I know who I'm walking around with, possibly get into scraps with.
Tishian, I think I get it. I think I get why you don't trust me. It's because you're Leonin, and I'm just a tabaxi.
Oh my god. No, that's not at all what this is about. Not at
Fishing.
all. Mm.
Roll me an insight check.
Damn it, Joe. And I have exhaustion. How dare you, Joe? Hey, Joe, how dare you?
I'll give you advantage if you think you have insight on yourself.
On myself? This is an insight check on myself? Joe.
Yes, it is.
Joe, you can't do that. 23. 22, sorry.
22. One of the first things that you thought was strange, and you double-checked with Ada on, was why a Leonin would marry a tabaxi.
I know.
And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10.
Well.
Soul Bear, but I'm like, no.
All right. Meanwhile, Ianthe, as you come out of what we'll essentially call the catacombs, you are you making a beeline out of here? Where the direction you're heading? Would you stop like at the top of the stairs for Adeem, that sort of thing?
That's a good question. No, I think I'm beelining.
Cool.
He'll
Makes
catch
sense.
up with me. He knows where to find me.
Cool. You got it. Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Aw, man. First one's a natural 20.
Dang.
Dang. Second one's not a natural 20. 4.
4? Yeah, there it is.
4.
Cool. Awesome. All right. So Ianthe, you come to I would say Ianthe, as you approach Iskar, are you what is the vibe you're trying to seem like?
I'm definitely trying to appear more calm and collected than I feel. Maybe not doing the best job of it.
Okay. Yeah, I like the honesty of that. Give me a deception check with disadvantage.
And I am much better at it. Yeah. Thankfully, I'm good at that. Disadvantage. 17.
Okay. 17 is pretty good.
I'm very good at deception.
I will tell you, she rolled the equivalent of a 15. So she sees you. She definitely kind of like has a little bit of like a kind of like head to the side sort of look, but you approach.
Yeah. Well, that's done. Shall we go?
Oh, okay. We're leaving so soon?
Yes. I've said what I have to say. There's nothing more here. At least not now.
Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Complicated family.
At this point, Ianthe, I would say, because Adeem, you, as you've told me during the break, you're going off into a different direction. I would say at this point, I would say, Ianthe, you hear something on your walkie-talkie from Adeem.
Yes. Adeem says, I'll see you later, Ianthe. The latest I expect to be is tomorrow morning. Have a good night.
Will we be able to reach you if we need you?
I don't know if your spell can cross planes. You know how to find me, though. I'm not leaving this area. At least I have no intention to. Well, until I come back to you. I'm not running away. I'm just not done yet.
So, are you talking to me?
No, sorry, Adeem and I have a way of communicating with each other, so... Just one moment. Be safe, Adeem.
Well, given that we're royalty, I'm not sure that I'm in too much danger here.
You know what I mean?
Well, thank you.
We'll talk more.
Say hello to New Moon.
Adeem has more business here, so it's just me heading back.
Oh. Does he... All right. Well, does he know how to get back?
He'll figure it out. He's very smart.
Deception check. No, I'm just
Jack,
kidding.
that made me laugh.
And if not, I'm sure there are those who will show him the way.
Ianthe, I don't mean to pry, but, are you sure everything's okay?
No. No, it's most definitely not. But this isn't the place to talk. And despite your feelings on us poisoning ourselves, I could use a drink.
Then a drink we shall have. I know the perfect place.
That'd be wonderful, thank you.
And you head off. I'm going to say, just in case, Ianthe, I guess I'll just roll with disadvantage, actually.
Mm.
Okay, cool. All right. Ianthe, you head back down towards the rocks. There's a moment where you recognize that the rocks are. I'm going to say, give me an acrobatics check, actually.
Oh my gosh, I never get to make those, and I'm so good at those. I'm not so good, but I am good at them.
Yeah,
I
Adeem
never
either.
get to do it.
Adeem doesn't get to either. And he's a fighter.
Damn it! It's a 13.
Okay, cool. 13 makes it very easy on my part. These rocks are very slippery as you walk down them. And whether it's the sense of you having your head in the clouds, as it were, whether the sense of you feeling like you just do not belong here, it's like the nature seems to overtake your mind in being in that same sort of frame as you slip slightly on the rock. But Iskar is able to kind of catch you as you're falling.
I'm not normally so graceless.
Well, it's a new place, so
I'm a bit distracted.
it's all right. I'm here.
I'm glad for it.
Look that lingers a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
You step into the water, and you head on back. We'll pause you there. Adeem, where are you headed?
I head into whatever crowd of people I can find. And I am looking for anybody who seems to give me deference.
Yeah, pretty easy to do. A crowd of people. There's definitely a couple people that give you some double takes. You see a figure that seems to be. I would say if this was the material plane, you would assume that they would be some sort of like sea elf, but you notice that they seem to be more fish than elf.
Okay. As they give me the double take, I say, "Excuse me.
Yes.
Where would I find Zareen? Are you familiar with the name?"
Yes, of course. She would. And I'm going to say, Adeem, do you want to seem like? Is there any part of you that wants to seem like you're not who you are?
No.
Okay, you got it. Then I'm going to say, give me a persuasion check.
Okay. 12.
Cool. 12 is enough. Yes, of course. She would be in the in the high study chambers.
I look around as if I don't know where that is.
Yep. And immediately, I will say, like, the 12 is enough to be able to kind of, like, persuade, like, yeah. So the response is, I can guide you there, of course.
I'd appreciate that. Your name?
He tells
You give me a name. That's fine. I mean, that's mean.
Saad.
What is it?
Saad is
Assad?
his name.
Assad.
Just Saad.
Oh, just Saad.
Saad.
Okay, Saad. It's wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for your help. And I will walk with Saad until we find Zuri.
It's wonderful to meet you too. As you see Saad go straight up.
Can I see if I can make that happen?
You absolutely can. Yeah, give me. I'm going to say, yeah, you called it. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, now watch me roll like shit. Okay, let me see. I will take the 21.
Yeah, 21's good. You see Saad like just start to kind of like levitate and like float as if he is underwater.
Okay. Then with my acrobatics as well, what I will do is I will just try to will myself up, but because I don't know what I'm doing, my tattoos probably glow, and I make the airy water around me push me up as well. Like, I'll help myself.
Beautiful. Yeah, you give yourself like a little bit of a head start there, and that's enough to be able to kind of get a frame of like how the gravity or what have you works on there. And I think that's enough to kind of give yourself a boost for sure.
Is it force of will for that to get?
It seems like it is. I would say it's not straight up force of will. It's not like a. There's no like. It's not like a like Neverland sort of like believe you can fly and you can. I think it's more of one. It's your natural like your race, your like design of being able to like being so fluid, and you notice that it is much harder to swim in whatever this is than it is underwater. But the idea of you being so skilled at swimming underwater gives you the ability to be able to swim up here.
Okay. Then I will do my best to keep up with Saad.
You got it. Yeah. And you see Saad working the same way. I would say, like, mechanically speaking, it's the equivalent of like you have a swim speed, so you're able to have half your swim speed here. If you didn't have a swim speed, there's a good chance that you would not be able to do this.
Okay. I will. If he looks confused, I'm like, I'm new here. And
that's across the board, actually. You 21, you nail it. You look like you're
okay. Then
you could definitely say that.
I will. If he looks back at me, I'm like, I'm figuring this out. I'm new here.
You are the first I've seen of his kind.
I thought Zareen was his kind.
Yes. Well, they are related as more of a distant relation, I believe.
Oh, I thought it was his daughter. My mistake.
Well, I could be mistaken as well.
Me too. Saad, me too. It's hard to keep track of the family.
Well, as it is like for us fish folk as well. And you get like there's a little sense of like, hey, Saad, shut the fuck up. Like, there's a little don't try to make this okay, Saad.
Yeah, this is not okay.
So flies you up to this high chamber. You see this beautiful ornate. There is this level of like straight up. It's funny, we kind of like joked about it as like in a like this like kind of Aladdin sort of feeling like sort of thing. But Adeem, you truly feel like Aladdin walking into the palace of like this rich, like everything is gleaming with a sense of like, I could have had this life. I could have like this is like whether there's jealousy. Was that?
This could be my normal.
Yeah, this like I don't know if it's jealousy or like just nostalgia or like a little bit mixture of both or what have you. There's a possibility of that, I will say.
I think there's probably a sense for Adeem of not really nostalgia or like loss, but just like people live like this, like there are people born into this. Because I mean, there's I just lost your name. the priestess, the Triton, and that castle and that that amazing city.
Oh, yeah.
I was always like, wow, she was born into that. But this is like that on cocaine, and so
100%.
I was like, wait, people are born. So Adeem's just like he's not even jealous or loss ridden. He's just like, people are born here. Like what?
Yeah, that actually makes sense. I would say like awe definitely would probably take the most precedent for sure. Yeah.
It's like, huh.
Yeah, to put things in perspective, I would say just size-wise alone, this place, this castle, is twice the size of Honoria, twice the size of Honoria in general, like the whole city.
Castle twice the size of the city. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will just follow Sod until I get to Zareen.
Yeah, you got it. And you find Zareen in this area where you see like it is. There's a bunch of what looks to be like pieces of like of what first looks like it is part of the wall. These like kind of separated sort of golden, what you eventually recognize as to be like golden slabs. Of what looks to be like some sort of like ancient primordial texts, but they're so cleanly sort of set in the wall they kind of like look like they're part of the wall. And seeing the hole and seeing Zareen having one kind of just floating in front of her as you approach, you see Sod kind of like comes up about like maybe 40 feet. And then you see him kind of get pretty nervous at this point, and you definitely get that sense of like, I don't know if I'm allowed to be here, sort of thing.
Okay. I just give him a look and I put up a finger like, wait a moment. And she's never indicated that I can't speak to her. But what I do is I move myself not too close, but so she can see me in not even peripheral vision, but like a diagonal vision between the slab. So I'm not telling you to read over her shoulder, but she sees me slowly approaching her.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, actually, let me roll something. Okay, cool. Nice. Did you handle what you needed to? Oh.
I'm the other one. And I kind of grin.
Yes, you. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were coming.
I didn't tell anybody, except for Sod. And I say to Sod in front of Zareen, thank you so much for your help in finding this. The newcomer appreciates you very much, Sod. And I'm saying his name over and over again.
Yeah.
She knows that he helped, and I'm appreciative. So that way there's any kind of sense of like, even on a captain's ship, of like that new crew member helped the first mate. That's important. So I'm not even thinking royalty. I'm thinking merchant crew.
Okay.
Like give them credit.
Give me a quick insight check.
Okay. 11. Not terrible.
11's not bad. 11 is enough to see a sense of, I would say it's kind of like right in the sort of in between where you see like you addressing him and kind of giving the name is taken as the compliment and that sort of thing. You do not see you do not see any sort of inclination that is helping his station at all.
Fine.
But I will say 11 is enough to be able to recognize, most likely because of that he probably was doing that truly just to honor who you are.
And as long as he knows that I am thankful and I'm showing appreciation publicly, I'm good. Like, I'm not trying to get anything out of him, just like, hey, thanks. I have nothing to give you tip-wise because I'm not even sure that's the thing here, but I can say thank you. And
right. I'll tell you 11's enough to know that a tip would be very
rude.
Rude, yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't do that.
Yeah. You see Zareen kind of like give a like very, very short bow to Sod. That is like, once again, that sort of like level of like, I don't need to speak to you, but me acknowledging you is a level of respect that I would say I think Adeem kind of acknowledges as like, okay, could be better, could be worse.
Right. I mean, if she's been raised, like I was thinking, if she's been raised here, she's in a completely different mindset than Adeem is. Adeem would be like the Pauper Prince if he lived here now, if he moved here now and I quit playing him, he'd be the guy walking the street saying hi to everybody. And then the rest of the court would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. So, you didn't get a hand wave, which was good. Like that would be, yeah.
So I assume he floats
he leaves. Yep. Okay. Gives a very big bow, and then takes off. Well,
I hope
Ashar did not tell me you were coming.
Who didn't tell you?
Ashar.
I didn't tell him.
Oh.
I'm sorry, did I need to? Should I get permission? And I'm not saying that sarcastically at all. Like, that isn't honest. Do I need to ask before I seek you out?
Seek me? No, of course not. No, not me. Did you meet with him?
Yes. I don't add anything else. She asked me just a straight yes.
Yeah. You see there's some moment of hesitation and she's well, welcome home.
Well, that kind of answers my first question. If I wanted to stay here for the evening, is there a place for me?
You see a very big look of like an extremely warm, like kind of actually damn it, I wish I rolled. Why didn't I roll in the box? That was a nat 20. She full on gives you an embrace and hugs you. Wow. Just out of like pure joy of that question.
I will for a moment hesitate, but then like return it, but not as joyful as she is. I'm like, whoa, okay, not bad.
I'm so pleased to even hear you consider this. Yes, of course.
It will only probably be for the longest. It will be for this day is the evening.
Understood. That's totally fine. Any time we get with the. Yes, sorry.
With the... that's leading into my second question for you, actually.
Please don't take this as any sort of disrespect, but we would call your kind planewalkers.
I don't know why that would be disrespectful, but I don't know what it means.
I assure you it is not any space of disrespect. It is one that is connected to another plane other than ours.
Oh, you're not a planewalker?
I was born here.
Are you Genasi or are you strictly water element?
I'm more to the elemental side.
Okay. I'm sorry. I guess I misunderstood our relationship in a familial way. But that's not a. I had assumed that somehow we were siblings. That you were Ashar's daughter.
Oh, we are.
Oh, okay. Well, then, great, sister.
Adeem, you get a little check mark of like, okay, cool. So he's had children here too. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all right, not her fault, but check. Okay, got it for sure. So then Adeem says, "Well, I was wondering if I might spend some time," and then I look up at her, "with you. I think I have questions that you may be able to answer."
As far as I am concerned, this castle is yours as well as mine.
That's a little much, but if there's a room I could use for the evening, that would be amazing.
Of course, yes.
This castle is literally bigger than the city in which I was raised.
Anoria, right?
Oh, you know it. Yes, I was a bit of a ragamuffin in Anoria.
Ashar would tell me stories.
Would he? We have to talk. And I like offer her my arm and just I want to talk to her.
Yeah. Yep. First thing she's gonna say to you is, "Tell me, how is your friend,
Which one?
Zaris?
Who?
Zaris?
Do I know that name?
You do know that name.
I do. Is he the Archmage?
He is the Archmage of Honoria.
Okay. I thought so. I'm like, wait a minute. But the friend and Zaris kind of went.
Mm-hmm.
I said, Honoria's Archmage?
Yes, the one that was watching over you.
I don't. Actually, I probably need to make a deception check. Hold on, because that's a little bit of a what? So a nat 1. So Adeem will literally go, what? I know he can't hide it. He's like,
yeah, and I do think we're gonna pause you there because that's so juicy.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's very juicy, and like even Jack did not know that. So yeah, it's a full on what? And okay, I'll wait until my turn again.
Beautiful. Cool. Ianthe, you come out to the other side of the spire. I'd like you to give me a perception check that we'll kind of hold on to.
Okay. Here's the thing. The dice are not really great. 6.
Okay.
So you go ahead and you hold on to that 6.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm going to have you guys stop rolling now.
It's the perception. We're not
good
at them. We're
it's
not
so
good.
I love it. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna let you know up front, you're walking right past this conversation that is happening in the heart of the city, and you're not perceiving it at all. Yeah,
I have a lot going on.
Yeah, you guys pass like ships in the night.
I just hear yelling, and I'm like, who's yelling in this time of day? That's so rude.
So rude, and it's even in common. That's strange. Anyways, incredible. Cool. So Ianthe, you you and Iskar, you see Iskar. So we would probably want to pick up some of the. I know I keep saying it the wrong way. The alcohol.
We can call it the poison. That's fine.
I mean, it's it's. I would prefer not to. If we're going to drink it,
it's a joke.
Ah, okay. So alcohol was right.
Yes.
We have a. I have a very nice balcony.
That sounds lovely.
Okay. Great. Well, I don't know if the bar is ready.
If it's all the same, I'm not ready to see the rest of my group yet, and I suspect they'll be there. So maybe we just skip it all together. I'll catch up with them later.
All right. So, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Where would you like to go?
I believe I was promised that you would show me what it is you do for fun here.
I would love to show you, but you have to promise me something.
Anything.
If it becomes too much, you let me know.
I will certainly let you know.
And she takes your hand and goes flying up into the air.
Oh no!
Beautiful. Okay, cool. I'm going to say we're going to give one more chance here. I love the 6. I think it makes sense, but I want to make like this is also something that could make sense based on the idea of the craziness that's happening here. Titian, Grian, Adah, Jet, you guys are in the middle of this conversation. And I think here's what I think. I think Grian and Titian and Adah are very much in it. Jet, would you be looking for a reason to avoid it?
Their argument that they're having in front of me?
Or changing the subject would be a better way to put it, maybe.
Yeah, Jet would definitely, like, he's already tried once, kind of like, hey, calm down, guys. He would try to, like, jump in and stop them whenever he feels it's appropriate. The problem is he respects Titian enough to probably not do that.
Okay, I love that.
I think he would just kind of sit there with his spear and just kind of, like, grip it and, like, rub his shoulder and, like, where his wing goes in, where he landed, and just kind of sit there and just be like, and just kind of like sigh and sit there.
That gives me reason for you to roll a perception check.
Well, it helps if I don't drop my die on the floor. 1 second.
Now, if you roll low, that's what the dice are saying. I think I might have gotten rid of the music and forgot to bring it back. My bad, guys.
Of course it goes under my desk. All right, let's see. That is, you said perception?
Yes.
All right. 14 plus perception. 15.
Thank you. 15 literally was like in my head. I'm like, it's got to be something like it's got to be hard enough. 15 was where I was at. So 15, I have no problem saying, you're pretty sure you just saw Ianthe and Iskar just fly into the sky pretty fast.
Jet would instantly just like look for a second, and he would just like stick his spear out in front of everybody to shut them up for a second, and then he would point it up at them and go, "Isn't that Ianthe? Doesn't she hate flying? Oh, there they go."
Yeah. We come back to Titian, Adah, and Grian. You guys are right there. How do you guys respond to that, or do you?
I think there's no, having had conversations with Iskar, I think I just let that slide. Why ruin a good moment?
Okay. Maybe because of the moment you're having right now, but okay.
I also think I'm like half torn between like this conversation, which is really intense, and being like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I like the character choice. Titian and Adah. You're muted.
I suppose I am. I think that Adah turns to Jet. Ianthe? Where?
He's pointing the spear and he goes, right up there. And they're going real fast. Oh, wait! And Chet's gonna turn on the walkie-talkie and get real close to it again because he doesn't know how it works.
Go, the blue thing in the sky?
I see you flying!
Ianthe, Ianthe, give me a no. We're gonna carry that also for that with that 6. You hear
Do you hear that?
What?
I thought I heard a strange noise.
Are you doing okay? We're almost there.
Okay.
Jet, it is dark and cloudy here. So I'm going to say with carrying your perception, you see enough where Ianthe disappears into the cloud cover.
Well, there she went, but she's over there. Okay, she didn't answer. Guys, can we go check on her?
Oh, you're gonna go check on another one of your party members?
Well, yeah, you always check on your friends to make sure they're okay.
I don't think she looks at Jet when she says that. I think she looks at Titian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're muted, Matt.
Titian's muted in this moment.
Yeah.
As evidenced by my method acting, because I'm Daniel fucking Day-Lewis.
Oh,
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Unreal statement. Unreal statement.
Sorry.
Sorry. Whew.
Matt, can you do me a favor? Can you look right in the camera and say Daniel Day-Lewis ain't got shit on me?
No, because Bill the Butcher is really scary.
True.
I'll drink my milk
and possibly
drink
real.
it up.
Yeah. And he could possibly really just be that person at any point in time.
I think right now Titian he's heard what Adah said, and he's sort of internalizing it, and he's at a complete loss of words. But his eyes haven't left Adah. But I think, as I'm picturing it, looking at Titian, there's more of a... There's no anger in his eyes. There's more of like just an intense guilt right now.
Okay.
And as Adah is continuing to say that last statement of, oh, you're going to go check on another party member, or whatever. I can't do the accent.
Okay, neither can I half the time.
I think Titian is just looking right back at Adah and just sort of absorbing this moment still.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a moment of sincere for Green and Jet, awkward silence.
I mean, Titian, you could use your ring to send her a message.
What?
Do you want to message Ianthe, just make sure she's okay?
I'll take my ring off and just toss it to Gran. You can have at it if you want. I think I'm done talking for the day.
Okay.
Just gonna go back to the sitting room for a moment. And I think Titian in that statement is going to walk off.
Okay.
And he is not quite sure where he's going.
Okay.
Maybe partially because
Someone
he doesn't
better
quite
go
know
with
where
him.
he is.
Yeah, Green, go with him. I'll stay here and make sure Ada's okay.
I lose them instantly.
With
Come
your,
at me, bros. It's fucking dim light, and I got plus 10 stealth.
So your
Try it.
goal is to disappear.
I think my goal is to be alone for a moment.
Okay. I would say just because the idea of like the in this case the stealth being something that would be active, so it would be an active choice. So I just want to make sure
I am making that active choice.
you
Yes.
got it. Would you roll for stealth?
We're still in dim light.
Yes, you are.
Mhm.
17.
Is it at
Okay.
disadvantage because of the exhaustion, or
It would be
It's-
at advantage from the dim light, so it's straight roll.
good? I mean, if going after him, what could I roll to check? It doesn't matter.
Perception.
No matter. Flat out 2. Plus 5 is like a 7.
Guys, This is the worst new moon has ever rolled, I think.
I'm
This
rolling
is-
fine. I rolled a 17.
This
I'm
is
doing
rough.
You're about average for Adeem.
Yeah, all of Tishian's
Emotionally-
rolls have been with disadvantage for the most
Jack's
part.
over here like, what are you
so-
talking about? I always roll like that.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
being said,
Emotionally,
Tishian's been
I'm
rolling
doing
great.
horrible.
Ada
Yeah.
also
My
has
rolls
exhaustion.
mid to good.
I think
Oh,
as
yeah, good to know.
Jet's like, oh, Griad, go. I turn around and Tishian's gone. I don't. God damn it.
Barb is still with you both.
May Barb be with you.
And also with you.
And also with you. Oh,
Okay.
I
Lift up
can't
your
make
hearts.
that joke. It's too soon, y'all. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll take Barb. Maybe she can find him. Sniff him out, and Jet, just you two be careful. This city is I mean, we haven't even been here a day, so just keep an eye out.
Well, the last time I was in a city, there was a riot, and I went around and didn't even get hurt. It'll be fine.
Then you should be fine in a city that's not in utter chaos.
But what if I accidentally fall into somebody that's made of magma? That could be very painful. And she just starts spewing off random things that could be dangerous that could happen here.
I just Ada, he's all yours. And I'm gonna hop on Barb, and then as I do that, I'm gonna message to Ianthe, "Hey, are you okay? Like, just saw you fly by." And I'm gonna ride Barb off to find Tishian.
Yeah, I apologize. I think because Ring of Sending means they hear it in their head, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I apologize. I think you would have heard Tishian's thing. I was thinking in my head that you just heard it, and it was like a gust of wind.
Oh. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'll catch up with you all either later tonight or tomorrow morning.
This is actually a good
Don't keep me
opportunity.
drunk.
I think go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Here's the thing. I'm good at those.
Great.
Yeah. 24.
Beautiful. No need for a performance check at all. You seem fine.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll just ride Barb to see if she can sniff out Tishian.
You got it. Tishian, roll me a D4. You said you're not even really sure which direction you're going, right?
Nope. One.
Okay.
Good grief.
On a D4.
So one, you're traveling north. You picked a direction and went. So you were actually traveling towards the spires. Towards those terrors. So you, as you head there, you see a figure pop out, not from what you guys would determine like you've known to be like the water, sort of like the area to the primordial plane of water. You see the figure come out of the primordial plane of air. You recognize him as High Speaker Nazir. Ah. How are we doing this evening? You hear this in your head.
Okay. Doing fine, just walking along.
It pleases me to know that you all feel comfortable enough to claim this place as your home and move about freely.
I mean, we're just visiting. But we appreciate the hospitality and the friendship.
Nonetheless, there must be some comfort in being able to travel through the city alone. No?
I mean, should I be worried about traveling through the city alone? I'm just walking around. Not.
Absolutely not. And you see him kind of come closer to you. I apologize if I'm coming across anything but joyous to know that you have been everything that we have been waiting for, and that you seemingly see us as who we are.
Right. Great. No, you're great, Nazir. Hold on. What? See you before what you are? Hold on. What does that mean?
Well, I guess it's, to use an old phrase, if I may, as I am old. Before this place was what it is today, the earlier ones of us called ourselves the Lost Children. And I have never felt that title has been more befitting than it is now. Or, should I say, before you gave us a way home.
You've never felt more like a lost child than right now, is what you're telling me? But you're also very old.
Before you came.
Mm-hmm.
I am quite old, but there are ones that are older than me. Ones that I am very, very excited to see again.
And those are the are you talking about the rods, the primordials?
Our ancestors, Tishy.
Sure, Mr. Nazir. Speaker Nazir, I appreciate this. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me right now.
You see him get even closer to you?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah.
Just Nazir is fine. As far as I am concerned.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Nazir.
We are now brothers, you and I.
That's odd. That's odd any way you put it out there. There's only... We've known each other for like 12 minutes. Sure. Brother, I'm... Mm-hmm.
You have known me for a short amount of time, but I have waited for you a lifetime.
Well, I'm only like 21, so it's odd that you call that a... Okay, sure. So at least 21 years, gotcha.
My lifetime. Tishy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's happy I could better late than never, they always say, I guess, right? We're here now. We're just like dudes, right? Like we're fine. We're good and happy to help, but we're uh, brother Nazir. I'm gonna go this way. I so appreciate you giving me some of this wonderful lore and like embracing me as your friend and all accepted. I'm gonna go this way, and I need you to go that way, please. I think we're just gonna catch up, and I was just gonna go take it like 5-10 hours to myself, I think.
I understand. Tishy.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that when the time comes,
mm-hmm.
when the prophecy is fulfilled, there will be a place for you on the other side.
Hold on, the other side? Other side of where, exactly?
It's your choice.
Oh, it's my
And
choice.
gestures to the spires behind him. And I need you to give me a history check, and I'm going to give you advantage on it.
So it's a straight roll.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Roll well, please. Or don't.
Mm-hmm. Joe, I have a +0 to history. I just want you to know that.
I believe in you, Peter Pan.
Do I want to use my inspiration on this roll?
It's up to you, but it's significant.
Let's use the inspiration. Why not? It just goes to waste otherwise. Okay. I got an infinity, Joe. Sideways 8, but still, it's what it was. It's how it landed in the dice tray.
Okay. So I'm going to say with an 8. Something about it. Something about what he said strikes you as odd. Why would you want a place on the other side? As you think about this, he's already gone, and I'm gonna say, Grian, roll me a survival check.
This I'm actually good at.
I'll say DC 15.
Cool, 16.
Okay. You hear this. Oh wait, it's a cassowary. So yeah, you hear the cassowary sound behind you.
I hear it. Okay, it's Grian right upon me.
Yep.
It's just Barb. Grian lost Barb a while back. No, it's Grian.
Shit. All right. Hey, Grian.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, Barb.
Do you want to ride back to wherever we're going?
Where are we going?
I don't know. I figured we would check out that condo, and then I look over and be like, "Oh, hi, speaker."
Nope, long gone.
Oh, long on. Great,
Okay.
cool. Then there goes our opportunity to go to any kind of condo in the city. I don't know. I figured we just find some place to stay.
I have a better idea. Why don't you and me go find a tree, sit underneath it, and get drunk as fuck right now?
Sure.
Great.
Okay. You go and do that. Jet and Ada. What are you guys doing?
After everybody's walked away, let me roll first. Yeah, that's good enough. After everybody's walked away, Jet would kind of get close, but not like invading Ada's personal space, and kind of like offer a hand up and say, I know how it is. They kind of came in and took me from my job, and I didn't really have a place, and now I kind of do have a place. I know it can be a lot, and I'm sorry if anybody or me if I've made you feel uncomfortable. And Jet just kind of like offers his hand as just a gesture.
Ada, you hear, do not accept his hand.
I think Ada was about to, before she was instructed not to. So she like starts to lift her hand and then drops it.
When you do,
have not.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
When you like reach out and then stop, Jet's gonna go. Yeah, when I was kind of the same way. When I first met everybody, I had this book, and it had a voice that was always talking to me, and it was always telling me to do these terrible things all the time. And I showed you my notes, so I mean, just sometimes you don't have to listen to what's inside. Sometimes you have to listen to what's here.
Drivel. I am so tired. I thought I would be done with it. Ada, you have a choice. You saw what I can do for you. Even in just understanding these people. If you choose to lean in, you choose to trust me. Because I know who you are. I know what you've been through. And I understand what you want. But you can choose to listen to this babbling, blundering fool of a dragonborn. Or you can accept the chance to be with the one you love again.
I think as she's hearing this, Jet's probably still talking.
Oh yeah, Jet is right now. It's like, and I was wondering if you wanted anything else with your room.
Jet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, well, that's rude. What did I do?
You are overly nice to the point where it is off-putting. Please, give me some air.
Okay. And Jet will take 2 steps back.
Go.
Ada, I would like you to switch over to your other character sheet now, please.
Okay.
When you say go, Jet's eyes go really wide and then narrow into slits, and he says, "No, the last time I let a friend go, she didn't come back."
He's not going to listen to reason. Have just a taste of what I can give you. And make it clear that he is not welcome with us.
I think as I think that Adah takes one extra step back and she casts I think she's going to cast Ice Knife at Jet. And so I'm gonna roll for that.
You have advantage because Jet would not expect it, and he chooses to fail his saving throw.
Okay.
Does a 22 hit?
Yeah, what do you mean? He's a wizard.
If it starts with a twa. Okay. He's gonna take 8 piercing damage, and then the shard is gonna explode, and it doesn't actually matter because there's no one else within 5 feet of him, but I think that the ice probably sticks in the wall before the magic dissipates when it explodes.
Chet. Roll me an Arcana check.
$28.
You feel this blow that just rocks you back. And there's a moment of utter surprise. Why? As you take that explosion, it knocks you on your feet for a second. And you see the ice lining the walls. But it's not blue. It is a sickly, deep green. And with that, we're going to end tonight's session. We'll see you guys next week.